My presentation is effects of civil war on Somalia. I want to start off with where Somalia is. Somalia is located in Eastern Africa. It's surrounded by Ethiopia, Kenya, Djibouti, the Gulf of Aden, and the Indian Ocean. After the Somali central government collapsed in 1991, many clans sought to take control of parts of the land and fought one another for resources and power. During the peak of the civil war, many people practiced Islam to keep their hopes up, and Somalia's economy is sustained by outside financial help such as grants. And I wanted to talk about before the civil war happened. The person in control was named Siad Barre, and he was a dictator. He would imprison people who thought other than him, such as people who believed in Islam. Between 35,000 and 1 million people have died since the Civil War started, and it doesn't look like there's going to be an end to the Civil War anytime soon. These are my references.
Effects of Civil War on Ukraine. Jeffrey Peace, 11th grade. All right. What started the war? Wars occur usually due to economic, social, and political disagreement. The war started due to the Iranian movement around early 2013, 2014. It started as a response to President Victor, basically, to reject association agreement with the European Union. The war started up when riot police finally attacked a peaceful protest camp. Side note: the Euromedian movement are motivated by both social and political factors. Impact of the war: due to the war, people in Ukraine had to be forced to flee due to violence. Many homes or roads, railways, bridges destroyed, which also impacted the country's economy due to cost of rebuilding. And not only that, but also affected Ukraine's access to resources and markets, which also caused prices to rise, skyrocket. Did the war end? Sadly, it's still ongoing. They're trying to find a peaceful solution to end the war, yet face many challenges such as geopolitical dynamics, and not to mention all parties involved must reach an agreement by the end. And by the looks of it, the war with Russia and Ukraine doesn't seem to be stopping anytime soon. Here's my references.
The Everyday Effects of Civil War on Yemen. Jerome Mitchell, Grade 9. Why did it start? It began in 2014 because the Houthi insurgents, Iran backed, took control of Yemen's capital and largest city, demanding lower fuel prices and a new government. How it affects the people. Education. This war has caused many schools to get shut down, destroyed, or damaged, so now many kids don't have education. Healthcare. The war has caused a shortage of medicine, a cholera outbreak, and a threat of a famine. Displacement. The war has caused the displacement of 4 million people. Politics. The average person has limited access to information about the conflict. Financial. The, un- the unemployment rate, the unemployment is high, and 82.7% of people are living below the poverty line. Religion. The war has caused displacement of religious communities and has disrupted religious practices. It has also risen in religious extremism. Is there an insight? There's no an insight as people keep committing killings and attacks. These are my references.
All right. The effects of civil war in Ethiopia. I'm Kaden Smooth, and I'm in the 10th grade. What started the Ethiopian Civil War? The conflict between The conflict began on the 4th of November 2020 when the Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed ordered a military offensive against regional forces in Tigray. When Abiy Ahmed ordered this offensive, it caused a civil war. How did the civil war affect religion? Because of the civil war, security around areas like churches throughout Ethiopia had weakened. It caused some churches to be shut down. This has also caused priests to flee the country for their safety and their family's safety. How did the civil war affect Ethiopia politically? Because of all the fighting and deaths that had been caused, it has effectively frozen Ethiopia politically and economically. What is the financial impact of the civil war in Ethiopia? The civil war in Ethiopia caused $22.7 billion of damage to infrastructure and $6 billion of productivity loss between November 2020 and December 2021. The civil war has put almost 4 million people in poverty, according to the government. How did the civil war affect Ethiopia socially? Hundreds of thousands of Ethiopians fled and went to live in neighboring countries all over the Western world, starting in Ethiopian migration for the first time in its history. As the civil war in Ethiopia ended in November of 2022, after multiple peace proposals, Ethiopia and the Tigrayan rebel forces agreed on a ceasefire that started the day after. It was estimated to be 600,000 casualties. That is the most deaths than all of Ethiopia's civil wars combined. Here are my references.
Okay, this is my presentation on the effects of civil war on Iraq. So the cause of this 9/11 attack, which was led by Osama bin Laden, became the effect of war, which also caused the raise of taxes, which made people or affected U.S. citizens to work more, and those taxes raised up to about $6,300 per citizen, which $2.4 trillion was an estimate of 1.9 of those $2.4 trillion were used on the war that happened in Iraq. Politically, the U.S. lost because they do not know how to counter terrorism, which they ended up losing politically to the Iraqi presidency. Muslims also were affected because they did not want to be under a national state known as the Caliphate, which they preferred their freedom under being under one government over being under one government. The war thankfully has ended, which began March 20th of 2003 and ended December 15th of 2011. And gladly we won. And here are my resources.